We're the Wolves of Chernobyl, and you're watching
No Huntsville.
That was pretty good. I like it. Done. This is Tom.
I'm Joe.
And this is No Huntsville. We have a great episode coming up here. We have the guys from Free the Hops. Very excited today to talk about 2015, all the things we got going on, tons of stuff. And she brought a spread for us once again. We got beer, wine, and we got cookies over there, which makes it a great night, for at least for us. But we are going to talk about all the events going on here in 2015 that Free the Hops is a part of, which is very exciting. Tons of stuff going on. Guys, thanks for coming in the studio and talking to us today.
Our pleasure.
All right, so I think we did it in our first episode, but I think it's important to do once again to kind of establish for everybody out there what Free the Hops is and what the organization does for Huntsville, because it does a ton of stuff. So why don't we start with you and Carrie, and just talk to us about what Free the Hops is.
Sure. Free the Hops is an all-volunteer organization that was set up in 2004 and incorporated as a consumer advocacy group. We are a nonprofit group that basically has lobbied and successfully changed 3 different Alabama state laws that brought us the proliferation of all of the craft breweries and all the wonderful craft beer that we have in the market now.
Let's stop for a second and take that in. And everybody clap for that. Just how brilliant. All the breweries we go to now are all because of that. So that's just great stuff.
Yes. Well, we have a huge base of membership, and that ranges across the state. And we did successfully lobby and change the 3 laws we set out to change. Which the first one was the ABV law, which is alcohol by volume, which gave us the higher beer alcohol volumes that our brewers wanted to brew to. So that gave all the breweries the license that they were looking for to open up and really do what they wanted to do. So that's why we have such a huge proliferation of breweries in the state that are flourishing now.
Right.
After that, we did the Brewery Modernization Act, which gave them the ability to expand their operations and open up the tap rooms, which we all enjoy immensely, especially here in Huntsville. After that, we did the bottle container size, because most craft breweries like to do specialty beers in smaller batches, and it's a lot easier to find shelf space for these than it is a whole bunch of these. So it's really a great marketing tool for the smaller craft breweries. It gives them the opportunity to give us those specialties and those one-off brews that they may or may not let live outside of their breweries and tap rooms in other places. So that opened up the marketplace for us to get a lot more of those specialty craft breweries coming into the state, as well as our breweries locally, to be able to do a lot more styles and things that they want to do in specialty runs.
Wow.
So,
I mean, that's pretty.
It's a
lot going on right there.
I might need a beer after that.
All right, take your time here. All right, so now that we know kind of what the back end of Free Hops is, what they did and what they've done here for Huntsville, why don't you introduce the other people that we got standing here?
I'll be happy to. Given that we met those legislative goals, we are now in the phase of educating everybody about what to put in those cups that now we have this great beer. We're telling them all about it. And we are very, very fortunate to have a very dynamic couple here in Huntsville who have taken on the chapter head role. This is Nick Franklin.
Hey.
This is Carolyn Meyer. And they are kind of assuming the role that I'm a bit leaving behind, because I've stepped up to the state level as the new vice president for the organization. Just means I get to go volunteer across the state, not just here locally. So that's going to be a very fun challenge and a very exciting thing for me to look forward to. But I'm also not leaving behind my peeps here, because we've got a lot going on, and this is an extremely active chapter. We might be the most active chapter across the state right now, which is exciting and exhilarating. And did I mention we're an all-volunteer group?
Right, and you guys are consistently looking for new volunteers, right? Which you can find more information about on your website, freethehops.org.
Yes.
Plus, if you go on Facebook, you can look up Free the Hops, and you'll be able to find the Facebook page there where you can see all the information. And Free the Hops is an Alabama organization which has chapters within the state.
Yes.
We have a Huntsville chapter, which you guys are now a part of. So that's what you'll be looking for when you go online. But yeah, please get out there and help these guys volunteer. And if you're into beer, which a lot of people are here in town, which a lot of our friends are, we should definitely help you guys out and support you.
Well, and you don't have to start out as an expert. All of us started out as novices who are like, we kind of like that. What is it? And we wanted to learn more about it. And, our membership always involves meetings with beer at it, so that doesn't suck right off the top there.
See, kids, just practice.
Yeah. And here's the thing. There is no such thing as a dumb question when it comes to the craft beer, because honestly, we love talking about beer. We love drinking beer. We love drinking and talking about beer. We can't validate that everything we say after we've had a couple of beers is exactly a fact, but it's a lot of opinion.
Right.
And we share it lovingly with each other. Nobody gets a little out of hand or off color with it. We enjoy our meetings.
We do.
And
Me and Joe do.
I don't want to scare them
You're
off.
talking about us. Yeah.
You put in all this work over the years. You should at least be able to sit back and enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing that.
And I'm sure you guys do that.
We do.
Sweet.
We do. Well,
Definitely.
and back to the topic at hand, all the events for this year. I'm going to start off with the first pressing event that we have coming forward. It is our first membership drive for the year.
Okay.
It is our Mardi Gras Beer Ball. We are we're actually putting together a float for the Mardi Gras Huntsville Parade. So we're supporting that organization with our entry into the parade.
And by the way, if you didn't see the first Mardi Gras last year downtown, it was great. It was really cool. Tons of different floats. Again, this year it's February 14th.
February 14th.
Valentine's
Day.
Which is
Nice.
kind of cool. But I mean, last year's was great. I can imagine this year's going to get bigger and better. So everybody should check out downtown for the St. Patrick's Day parade. It's really cool.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Real quick. I'm going to read down here.
St. Patrick's Day we'll probably support too, but Mardi Gras is the first event. And like I said, we're doing a membership drive. It's our Mardi Gras beer ball. So it's not too late to get in on that membership. So you get the invitation to the party, because it is a members only invitation to the party.
Right.
And then you will be able to invite a guest, because it is a guest invitation from membership. So we are capping it at roughly 250 guests. So it will be a large enough space. We will not be rubbing everything, mostly just elbows, and drinking a lot of really great beer. Food and beers are included. We will be handpicking some of the best beers for the event. All of that's included in the membership tickets, and there is a little cost associated with that, just because we need to break even and make sure we're covering all of the facility costs and things like that we'll need to put it on. But
The No Huntsville team will be there.
yes, they will.
We'll be
They're one of our
back-
sponsors.
We will be there, so it's going to be a fun
Yes.
time. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yes, we are going to have an amazing time, and that is our first kickoff event for membership and membership drive this year.
And Carrie, if somebody does want to be a sponsor, how do they get a hold of you to do that?
Well, we actually, I think, have sold out of all of our available sponsorship
Wow.
already.
Oh, so you're done.
We're done.
So you're done.
We're done.
So become a member.
So
If you still want to become a member, you can still go to
Yes.
freethehops.org
Yes.
and sign up there
Okay,
online.
there you
and
go.
then you get the invitation to join us for the Mardi Gras Beer Ball, and
Can
it's
people
gonna
come outside and look in the glass and look at us having
There
a
is
good
no
time?
glass. There is
That'd
no
be fun.
glass.
Oh, we'll mix.
We'll do
Well,
that.
maybe we'll go outside for a second.
We'll take
show
pictures and
everybody.
post them online,
Yes.
and everybody can be jealous of what we're doing.
It is going to be an exclusive party, so if it is not too late to get membership and signed up through freethehops.org, and make sure you designate that you want to be part of the Huntsville chapter, and we will
Right.
get you engaged with the invitation and all of that's ensuing there. So,
All right.
now
Oh,
that
wait, before you go into another event, we should pour a drink.
we should pour beer.
You should tell us about
Okay.
what we got here and pick something for us to drink and tell us about it as beer experts.
We have been transitioning through some beers as we got going here, and we started with a. If you'll hand me that bottle, Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
Part of what Free the Hops wanted to do was to get the best beers we could get in the state, as well as proliferate all of our breweries doing wonderful things. So
Right.
one of the big gets was Stone out of California. This was their Cali Belgique. It is a Belgian style IPA. So in keeping with some of the Belgians today, we started there. And we have gone to a very hard to find in Alabama. It's actually fairly not all that easy to find in the States, because it is an import. It is the Smee Brewery, and I'm not even sure exactly which country they're out of. I probably could have done some research, and I apologize for
Belgium.
not. Belgium.
Part of Belgium.
That's what I was hoping. Belgium, yes. Because these are Belgian style beers.
Right.
This is one of my very first favorite beers in the world that started me in craft beer. And it's hard to find, and I ran across it at Hop City last weekend. I was like, oh my gosh, we've got to bring this for No Huntsville, because this is a harder to find. It's an excellent representation of the style, and they make a whole slew of them. But I went ahead and got some other options just so we can just just talk about the different beers that we can get here now because of the movement. So
Probably worth pointing out, Hop City's in Birmingham.
Hop
not
City is in
Huntsville. So when
Birmingham,
you went in
yes.
Huntsville, you won't find it here.
Yes.
They're in Birmingham.
but that doesn't mean we won't be asking our local our retailers to let's go ahead and stock it because it's really, really good.
I'll pick it up.
There you go. Good to
There you
know.
go.
We have one vote right there. So we went on to their Belgian Double, which many of you who are from here will recognize the Double as the same thing as Brother Joseph from Straight to Ale.
Okay.
So it's the same style. That's going to be very sweet and kind of malty. And now we are going to actually jump into the Belgian Quad, which is usually
Yes.
it's going to be considered a Belgian Strong Ale or Grand Cru. Just they call it different names, and this is going to be extremely sweet. Well, I take that back. It's going to be extremely malty. It's going to be very rich and earthy and dark. These are fantastic with steaks. We've got some stinky Stilton blue cheese, which is amazing with it because it kind of takes, it's just like I've told you guys about making ice cream floats
you.
with stouts. It takes the stinky funkiness out of the cheese and just gives you that nice creamy pungentness with it. And if you take a little walnut or pecan with it, you get a really nice earthy kind of mixture, and it just makes your mouth really, really happy.
All right, here's the Free the Hops.
For the
All right, here we go.
Cheers, everybody.
Here's to great beer in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
I always get a lot of dark fruit. That's a sweetness
Yeah,
for me.
malty, sweet, dark fruits, raisins.
Pretty good.
Fig.
Good.
Yeah, fig.
Big on fig.
All right, so now that we got a drink, why don't you go right back into the other events that we got going?
I'm gonna let them know, but I'm gonna eat a stinky cheese.
What's the next thing after
We can
the
go.
Mardi Gras parade?
Yeah. The next thing, I think our biggest event of the year is Rocket City Brew Fest. And
Okay.
that is Mother's Day weekend, May 9th, right? 9th through
8th and 9th.
8th and 9th.
8th and 9th.
Yes.
All right. And where is that? That's held downtown?
Yes,
Right?
at the depot.
Train
The
depot.
train
The
depot.
train
Same
depot, yeah.
place it was last time,
Right,
right?
so it's Friday night, and then there's 2 sessions on Saturday.
Okay.
We actually just won an award for Rocket City Brew Fest.
We did.
won Downtown Event of the Year presented by Huntsville Inc. for 2014's Rocket City Brew Fest. It was voted online at ale.com by the people of Huntsville, and we're very happy to win that award.
The people have
cool.
Got a
spoken.
little trophy.
And you got a trophy?
We do have
Yeah,
a
we'll
trophy.
see.
It's not here.
Well, we need
We did
move
not
into
win
a
the
better
trophy.
neighborhood. They're gonna bring their trophy and show us.
I'm so sorry, I forgot it. It's going to be doing a tour of all of our sponsors and all of our supporters, so it will show up on our social media repeatedly.
Bring it in here next time you come
We
in.
will.
'cause we
I
wanna
think
see
it's
it.
worth
Well.
saying thank you because it is the people who attend Rocket City Brew Fest and support us every year and come out and enjoy the beers with us that actually voted for us. So
Well, I
big
mean-
thank you to everyone.
Yeah.
We were up against some really great, movies in the park was the other event.
Okay.
The
Just
Wine
so
Crush event, which was great.
Wine Crush.
That was good.
Yeah.
The Chili Fest.
The
Chili
Buffalo.
Fest.
That was the same
no,
thing.
Battle of the
Buffalo. The ATO's Battle of the Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, and there was like
The Santa's
Santa's Village.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had some really.
We're really excited. It always goes up here though.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, in this town, we are so honored to even be among the nominations in those because, I mean, I'm a mom. I got kids. We go out and do things that are family related, and this is a very family oriented town. So, I mean, we are very, very honored to be among those nominations, let alone to have won. You could have knocked all of us over because we were both like going, they just said us, right?
Right.
Wait, what? I mean, they're like, who's going to talk? And they're like, you are. And I'm like, okay, I'm going. So yeah, I mean, it was a very overwhelming, huge honor.
Well, that's great. Good. All right, so what's another event we got coming up after that?
Following Rocket City, and next up is usually Pro Bono, correct?
Well, actually,
Oh, we have one in September.
MWR.
MWR.
That's right.
M-
Oktoberfest.
M-
Fest.
Right, and that's on the Arsenal.
It is.
Right, we helped
and
promote that last year.
They
as well.
have. We're going to be back doing. Their craft beer garden, and it's going to be
Right.
September 17th through the 20th are their dates. After that, we have Mercury Rising Chili Fest coming back. We have moved venues this year. We will be at the depot as well.
Nice.
So we have a lot more opportunity. We're playing with some times to do it. We might do it actually a little later in the day.
Okay.
I am aware that the Wine Crush event will be on the same date again too. So we're trying to figure out how to maneuver all the crowds so we can have everybody participate with both and really support each other, because we want to all be very cognizant of that.
Sure, yeah.
And then Pro Bono is moving later in October this year. Usually they do it the very first week or two of October, because October is Pro Bono month.
And that's a really cool event, man. I like the whole idea behind that. It's really neat.
We really want to see this grow with our beer community this year.
Sure, yeah.
We've been very, very fortunate to have a lot of support from the lawyers, because it does benefit the Madison County Volunteer Lawyers Program, which is an all pro bono, all volunteer group as well.
Great cause.
It is a great cause. So we're really hoping to see our beer people kind of come out and support. So it's going to be a little bit closer to Halloween this year. It's going to be on October 23rd, which is a Friday night. So we've moved from a Thursday to a Friday night, and we're still at the Depot, which is a great location. So we're kind of making the Depot kind of synonymous with some beer events.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's
So
happening.
Trains and
it's
beer.
Trains and beer, you know.
Can't beat it.
Contained area and beer usually goes well for making sure we have everybody safe and traveling to the same
Right.
destination. So we've been very, very fortunate with our event partners that they kind of see the logic of what we're doing and why we do it. It's not haphazard. So
Right. Well, guys, I think you guys got a ton going on. It's very exciting. We're really happy to be a part of any part of it we can be,
Yes.
because it's right up our alley. It's right up the people who generally watch our show is alley. So I think it's a perfect mix between us. We want to keep on having you guys on to talk about events. But it's Free the Hops. Everybody should be going online and supporting these guys. Help volunteer. Help get the word out what these guys are doing. I think it's really great. It's what makes this town getting even better every year. And they're getting the events are getting bigger. It's just kind of exciting, and we're glad to be a part of it. So everybody should be checking out Free the Hops. I think you're a great organization.
Thank you.
And I hope
Awesome.
it continues on. I hope the events get bigger, and we want to be a part of it. So it's really cool.
and we have a membership meeting coming up.
March 15th.
Okay.
It'll
It's a
be
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. It's going to be at Salty Nut Brewing this time.
Salty Nut, yeah.
So if you haven't been to Salty Nut yet,
Check out
you'll get
Salty
to
Nut.
check
Good
it
deals
out.
going on
Yep.
there.
Is that on Evangel?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
Yes.
brewers.
Right in the heart of
Those
Huntsville.
are great. So
Join us because we make membership count.
yeah, for sure. Obviously, yeah.
And there is still time to become a member before the Mardi Gras ball.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in again. Free the Hops. Check them out. Cheers.
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 Cheers. Let the beers
Refill.
flow.
Thank you.
Let the beers flow.
Yes.
Cheese come in blocks.
Not just slices.
Oh, you got it, Carolyn.
Here it is.
Cheese comes in blocks.
But why?
You could have been just a little earlier.
Rather than give us a good beer.